This is a quick demo of the Apple I computer that belongs to Dave Larson. The date today is February 18th, 2017. A couple things to point out about this machine. Currently it's connected to another power supply. The power supply for this particular machine is being built. It's a temporary power supply. It's got a cassette adapter card plugged in. It's a reproduction. There's a cable coming from that card that goes around and connects to an Apple iPad. The iPad is going to substitute for cassette recorder. The monitor for the Apple I is right here. And there's also a PS2 to Apple I keyboard adapter right here, which is used so that we can use a PS2 keyboard. First thing that we're going to demonstrate is printing out of the character set to the display. It's a short program that's entered into the keyboard. To start, we'll turn the computer on. You can see you get the prompt, do a reset. After the instructions are entered, hit return, and we'll print out the program, make sure everything is right, and then hit R to run it. And as you can see, it prints out the character set to the display. The next example will be loading Conway's Life through the cassette interface adapter card using the iPad as a cassette player. It takes a few seconds for the software to load, and when it's finished loading, we should get a slash back on the screen. There's the slash, and it's run from 0400. And it asks you to input a pattern. So I'll just put in a random pattern on each line. And it prints back the initial pattern that I entered in, and then it'll compute each next generation of life and display that one frame at a time up on the screen. This is an example of loading basic programming language into the Apple I. This is going to be done using the cassette adapter again, and the iPad is the cassette player. Starts the cassette adapter. This takes about 40 seconds to load. So we'll cut away for a few seconds and then come back. As the audio file finishes up, we'll get a slash back on the screen. Indicates that BASIC successfully loaded. And then it's run from E000R. And we get the basic prompt. type in a short basic program. And can run it. This is an example of using a CFFA1 card to load software into the Apple I. The CFFA1 is a modern solid-state storage option for the Apple I computer. It replaces the cassette adapter card, which I'm holding in my hand. It plugs into the right side in the expansion connector on the Apple I at the same place that the cassette adapter card plugs into. It uses a compact flash card and is a very fast and reliable way to load software on the Apple I. This is an example of this computer using the CFFA1 card to load software. So looking at the monitor, the computer's already booted up. To run the CFFA1 card, you type in 9000R. And you get a CFFA1 prompt. And we're going to change directories on the card to the basic directory. And then we're going to issue an L command to tell it to load basic. Tells you what address it's going to load it, and it's that fast. And then to quit, you exit out of the CFFA1 card. This is the menu, and you can type Q to quit, and then execute E000R. Very similar to what we did with the cassette player, except it's much faster. Now we're in basic. No programs are loaded. So it loads a basic program now on top of basic using the CFFA1 card. You issue a system call to the Apple I. And it's 24,000. That drops you back to the CFFA1 card. We're still in the basic directory. So we're going to say load Star Trek. It loaded the Star Trek software, basic program into basic. And we can quit out of the card, and now we're back into basic, and we'll do a listing, and you'll see that the Star Trek program is loaded. We're going to go ahead and run it. And it's running the classic Star Trek text-based game.